Borderlands 4.
Let me
You heard
just
of this looter shooter genre? Crazy.
unreal.
You heard of Diablo with guns? Crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Let me just preface this by saying I've played like a hot hour of Borderlands 4, so this is just strictly the opening mission and like the first little bit of Kairos, the area you play in this game. But I will say, just a quick diversion work-wise, I was busy doing a post on Borderlands 4, and one of my colleagues was like, "What? Can we talk about like looting?" You know, I'm like, "It's Borderlands. It's a looter shooter. Like, I don't know what to tell you. This is the genre of the game."
Like quite literally.
I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm like, Borderlands invented that. Like, looting's not a new thing in game. Like, obviously you've had Diablo, but I think Borderlands was the first, like, hey man, it's Diablo but with guns, essentially.
Yeah, quite literally. That was its like pitch.
Yeah.
know?
I mean, and Borderlands 1 came out a very long time ago, and I love the franchise. I've played Borderlands 1. Borderlands 2 is still probably one of my most played games. I played it multiplayer, but I played a lot single player. Pre-sequel, loved, but then I just missed, I don't know why, I just kind of maybe got over the franchise a bit, maybe a bit fatigued. I missed Tiny Tina's spin-off, which I should play.
Apparently it's very good.
Yeah, because the DLC in Borderlands 2 or pre-sequel, I can't remember which one it was very good. Loved it. And then Borderlands 3, I just had no interest. It was just so weird. When it came out, I was like, I'll play it on sale, and I just never played it. But then Borderlands 4, looking at all the footage going into this game, I'm like, actually, I'm very keen to get back into it. And I think there's been some good, from what I saw, it's like there's some good quality of life things I want to enjoy here, and like that were maybe necessary. I think the most prominent of which are the movement options you have now. I don't, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't even know if you know this yourself, but I don't think there was like a grapple hook in Borderlands 3. There wasn't a double jump.
I don't know.
And there wasn't a dash or a boost.
I think, I'm not mistaken, the like dash or the slide was in Borderlands 3. But I know the grapple hook definitely is like a new thing. I might be wrong, because just like you, I didn't really play Borderlands 3. So
I think it's new because even in the marketing, it is like move around in Borderlands like never before. It's like there's definitely been this emphasis on, these movements options. And I must say, if I think of particularly Borderlands 1, I mean, Borderlands 2 had the same sort of problem. It felt a bit static, because much as I loved those games, fighting a boss was pretty much you just looking at the boss, you just emptying clip after clip, sidestepping, jumping, whatever. Granted, I haven't fought any bosses in the game yet, any huge bosses in the opening hour, but I did unlock obviously you get the double jump like out the gate, and I unlocked it's not the dash, it's like this boost, so you can basically double jump and it's basically a jetpack. You can glide along short distances, but using that to move around, it feels good already. Like if you just sprinting across this huge expanse, you can just double jump and like boost and like do it again, and it feels like it's a nice acceleration to it. So even just from that, I'm like, okay, cool, this feels really good. Grapple hook, I'm still waiting to see it really in action, because it's a fixed thing. It's not like the closest comparison I can think of is Halo Infinite. You get a grapple hook, but you can grapple onto anything. Like you could grapple onto the wall, onto the floor. Here it's only fixed points you can grapple to, which is fine. But I just don't know what it's like in over the long run. How much is it used? Does it give me options against enemies, or is it like more? You need to climb this cliff. There's a specific part of the cliff you need to aim at. So
that's what I was going to ask. Is it more like a traversal, or is it something you can use in combat?
Yeah, I mean, there probably will be, I imagine there will be boss arenas where it's built with that in mind, it's for you to zip around. But out in the real world, like if you're watching the footage, I'm just running around shooting little critters. There's like no grapple points that I can see. So I don't know. I'll see what that's like in action. But
what class did you end up going for?
I went for the Siren. It's funny because I think just out of pure, like the first Borderlands, I'm pretty sure I played Lilith. Is it Lilith?
It is Lilith, yeah, the first one.
2, I definitely played the Siren. Third one, I'm pretty sure I played the Siren as well. So I was like, as interesting as all the characters look, I think just historically, I've always gone for like the magic cast, whatever you want to call them. And
I think they've traditionally been the most fun to play as well.
I think the Borderlands 2 had the best ability still, I think, where you could like put enemies into that bubble.
Yes.
And you could like, as you played the game, eventually you had points that like it pulled enemies in, and then it did elemental. There were a lot of cool things you could do with that. In this one, the ability I've chosen, if you're looking at the footage, you'll see I have a little purple companion, a purple cat. That is my skill, where basically this spirit follows me around, attacks enemies, and when I activate my ability, I summon like a bigger version of it that explodes and does more damage and stuff like that. Still early days. Like I don't know how it'll change spec wise as I go along. But
it's almost like a combination of two classes in Borderlands. Was it 1 or 2 where you had Mordecai who had the bird?
Yeah, the bird.
It was like the sniper and the bird. I mostly gravitate towards a Siren as well, and I probably will in this game. But I remember in 2, I was a big fan of Zero, the sort of assassin ninja dude.
Yeah.
He just had a really cool ability with his sword, and like the movement with him was really fast. So I thoroughly enjoyed playing as him.
But I think Borderlands has always been about just the guns, the looting, and whatever. And again, like this is super early days, but the guns I've had, I mean, they only really give you like pistols, SMGs, and assault rifles initially. That's all I've really played with, but they feel really good. The weapon I'm using in this footage it just sounds good, and it feels good to reload, and just there's like a weight to it which is really nice. So I'm hoping through the whole duration of this game, like I have that feeling with most, if not all, the weapons that I pick up. And one thing that's pretty cool as well, again, I don't know if this is a Borderlands 3 thing, but a lot of the weapons you pick up, although I don't know if it's a specific manufacturer, there's like an alternate fire mode. So
interesting.
That SMG, for example, I could use it just as an SMG, or I could flip to another firing mode which shot rockets. I'm like,
okay.
Maybe, Borderlands, every manufacturer has a thing that defines those guns. I'm like, maybe that's that manufacturer's thing.
Because I know it used to define sort of like the elemental damage, or kind of like the style of weapon they were.
Or like you would have a manufacturer. It's like, our thing is we just have ammo magazines are huge drums of ammo.
Yes.
This weapon reloads quick, and by reload you throw it at the enemy and it explodes and you spawn another weapon.
I do remember that. That was a good time.
Like there's cool little things like that. So I need to, I don't know, I'm sure there still are staples, but I imagine they've included new things. But that's, again, it's only opening up, but thus far, like it feels good, and I'm very keen. This is the most excited I've been for Borderlands in a very long time. So very keen to get stuck into it.
Yeah, I think I'm in the same boat. I didn't really... I think I actually bought Borderlands 3 when it was on sale at some point. I just never opened it. Just, combination of other things to play, and then time passes, and, I know it wasn't received like super positively, so I didn't really have a desire to play. But everything I've seen of Borderlands 4 pre-release has got me interested in it again, just from a gameplay perspective, I think. I think the sort of humor or narrative it goes for isn't the reason I've come to these games, but the gameplay improvements look really, really cool. So I'm keen to get stuck in as well.
I also think, just on narrative, look, I don't think anyone's playing Borderlands really for the story.
Yeah.
But I think Borderlands 2 was genuinely very good purely because of Handsome Jack. And I think like you create one of the best villains, like super funny, super evil. Like, I don't know really how you top that without something truly spectacular or special. And I think in trying to emulate that, I just don't think I think they keep missing the mark, not intentionally, just because the bar was set very high in that game. Like, you want somebody
and trying to kind of like recapture that lightning in a bottle. Yeah,
and I just think that's very difficult to do that. So, but again, like I'm not really here for the story. I just want a good loot grind, and
no, you're right. Like I remember Handsome Jack from Borderlands 2, but pretty much nothing else. Like I don't actually remember a lot of story beats. I remember him just antagonizing you most of the game, and that sort of thing, like characters in Borderlands, are the things that stand out. So I'm hoping there's a lot of cool personalities here that kind of stand out in the same way.
Yeah. So we will see. I die.
I can tell you're like very close to killing him, but yeah. Borderlands 4, we'll check in with that as we continue playing. It's a very, very busy September season, so going to be, I think, bouncing to and from a lot of games quite frequently now.
So much coming out. So it's like we had like a little dip, and now it's just like